Hello everyone! Welcome on our Master Match YouTube channel. Today we have Tomasz with us. Tomasz is a retail product manager at European Neobank. He has more than 10 years of experience in banking and management consulting. And the question for Tomek is, how to build efficient teams in demanding business environment?
Hello, Joanna, and hello, everyone. It's my pleasure to be here, and I'm happy to answer the question. Joanna, contrary to what most of us think of team building, I truly believe that diversity and specialization of team members are key to the effectiveness of the entire team. It is often the case that we fall into a trap of ensuring that team members are similar and cooperative in terms of planning and achieving their goals. It might be the case for some organizations, yet I think in most demanding and competitive environments, the exact opposite is the case. From what I've observed, the most successful teams comprise people who come from a variety of environments and are able to bring very different experiences and skills to the table. Now, when you think about it, a team is a summary of its components. Yep. So the more diverse components you put into it, the more broad the team expertise and skills is, and consequently, the higher the chance for success of the team. If you don't think about it, you end up with a team comprising individuals who are very similar to each other. And then if you bring two similar people to the table, the decisions which they make are prone to errors, and there's sometimes nobody to correct them. Yeah. So if you have people from same backgrounds, same skills, and they have to make a decision, they often make the same mistakes, and they're lacking a third party or a separate view to the problem. However, if you bring to the table people who are very specialized, but then come from different areas in different parts of the world or different cultures, they're often able to spot those small things which turn out to be crucial in the entire team performance. So that's my first rule of building a team. Second rule of building a team is a very clear division of responsibilities. And again, you might think that democracy and partnership and collective decisions are key. Yes, it is. When you first go into business or team building, you think that it's really the case that all the decisions have to be taken together. Again, this is something I have not found to be true in the real world. On the other hand, to the contrary, if you assign specific responsibilities or areas to team members, it makes the decision-making process much easier and faster. Sometimes it's better to make a quick decision than spend too much time discussing over it. If I were to give some examples, imagine you have a team comprising of people who do sales, product, HR, and legal. Yeah, let's say this is your board of a startup. Now, it has to be the case that all, say, legal matters are addressed by your legal expert, and they are not undermined by ideas or inputs from other team members. In a grand scheme of things, this makes the decision process much faster, and it's normally better for the business. So these are my two inputs. I know that they're quite controversial as they come from my experience, and this is how I build my teams. And I have found it to be the most effective, but two things which you don't normally think when you learn about team building.
Mm-hmm. All right, so thank you so much, Tomek. I think that right now we know how important is diversity in a team. I have another question for you, Tomek.
Yep.
What area are you looking to get help? How can we help you?
Thanks for asking that. I'm a huge believer in lifetime learning. So one of the things I definitely am looking for is to devote myself into as much of real life case studies and examples as possible. So it is true that your net worth is your network, especially when you're building your business. So I'd be very happy to grow my network using your organization, and I actually mean it. So just you might think that networking is just having a chit chat over coffee at a conference. Well, it's nice and it's a good way to open new relationships. But I have also learned that to actually know a person and learn from them, you have to spend some time with them. One of the ways to do it is to have a common business project or at least a side project together. So that's something I'm certainly looking for, and I'd be very keen to do. Second thing is I'd say more egoistic, if I would call it that way, and that is that the industry I work in, which is retail banking, is currently going through, I'd say, probably the most impactful transformation in its entire history. It's related to technology and looking for new ways to address the needs of end clients. So again, I'd be very keen to hear on what the expectations or requirements of retail and SME clients are towards modern banking. So that's it.
All right, that's interesting area. I'm sure that we will find something for you. And the last question is, Tomek, what kind of advice or help you can offer to our community?
Okay, that's again a very good question. Of course, depending on the circumstances, I'd be happy to sit down and listen to business ideas or strategy ideas of your participants. I come from a school which always puts monetization of startups first. So I'm very much into commercial and business side of things. I think this is something which should be one of the, if not the first, it should be one of the first things you look for when you're thinking of a new business idea. Okay, I think we had enough startups or small organizations which bring an interesting product. It might be the most revolutionary product on the market, but then they fail to monetize it and actually turn it into a feasible business endeavor. So this is something I definitely have in mind, and I have been working in my past organizations. So yeah, I'm very happy to share my experiences, both from my professional point of view as well as the end consumer point of view.
All right, interesting. Tomek, you are really experienced, and I guess that everyone would like to meet with you and talk about commercial and about doing real business. So thank you so much, Tomek, for your time today, and I wish you a wonderful evening.
Thank you, Joanna. Have a good one. Cheers.
Bye.